Unicorns and glitter and taxidermy critters are just some of the things they like. They also enjoy 80s hair bands, Grizzly Adams and John Goodman, so if you think that's weird, then you can take a hike. But the things they enjoy the most are making art and cracking jokes, so without further ado, here are your hosts. You've got your two artsy gals, Here are your two artsy gals.
Hey listeners, Katie here. Ooh, this podcast is a little bit late this week. I just had an action-packed weekend. I was doing shit all weekend, and the time just got away from me. So, I'm gonna make this quick though, because I'm tired, and this is sounding jibber-jabbery already, and I kind of want to punch my own face. Two Artsy Gals is a completely listener-supported podcast. So, if you want to keep Two Artsy Gals going strong and able to record all the time and able to bring you new content and cool stuff, you can support the show in a few ways. You can donate money to us. You can do that from our website, twoartsygals.com. There's a little PayPal donate button. You can do it just a one-time donation. You can set it up to do a small monthly donation, and it doesn't matter. Whatever amount you feel like you can do is awesome, and we are grateful for it all. You can also get us something off of our Amazon wish list. We have a lot of stuff that we would like to experiment with and talk about on the show for you guys, but it's not stuff that we would normally use in our own artwork, so it's hard to justify out-of-pocket expenses like that for the show when we don't make any money off the show right now. So you can do that by clicking the Amazon wishlist button on our website, and we would love it. We've gotten a few things, and we will thank you on the air for that shit, for all of your donations. You can also really support us by telling people about us. Spread the word. Tell people that you love this show and that they should watch it or listen to it too. That's really important. You can also show us some support when you subscribe to us on iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play or whatever you listen to your podcasts on. Give us feedback. Give us a bunch of stars and shit, and leave nice things about us. And that will bump us up in their little algorithm so that when people search for, I don't even know what they would search for, arts podcasts or whatever, we'll come up first, or we'll come up closer to the top. That's great. You could do that. Let me see. I know I'm forgetting things. Oh, you know what we love? We love hearing from you guys. We just got a really nice email from super listener Lois, but it was kind of personal this time, and we're just going to hold it near and dear to our hearts because it was a very sweet email about last week's episode and how much she liked it. Super listener Lois, we think you're pretty special. Just saying. If you would like to contact us via email and tell us about any show ideas you might have, or tell us about some cool project you were working on that was inspired by the show, or if we were saying that we don't know about something and you're like, hey, I know about this, you can tell us. We love that shit. Seriously. We like to know this stuff too. You can email us at twoartsygals@gmail.com, or if you want, you can call and leave us a voicemail on our voicemail line at 503-395-7190, and we'll play your voice on the show for everybody to hear. What else? Oh, you can subscribe to us on all the social medias. We're on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We're on Instagram. I guess that isn't really all the social medias, but it's the important ones. Anyway, if I'm forgetting something, it can wait till next week when I'm not super tired and trying to push an episode out for you guys. So enjoy the show.
Burp.
Such a dick. This is Katie.
This is Lonnie.
And you're listening to Two Artsy Gals. We were just having like a very serious conversation, and then I went, all right, let's record now. And then, but it was like we ended our conversation on kind of a down note. So it was, Lonnie was comic relief burping
Well,
because if you'll
'cause you
remember
burped
last
on the
week,
last one,
I
so I
belched.
wanted my time.
You wanted your burp.
Yeah.
That was a gross burp too. I don't know. It was like a throat burp. It's my peanut butter breath burp. Lonnie and I have like
we're
gross,
inventing a new medical condition that's called peanut butter throat.
Yeah, it's fucking gross, and I can't eat peanut butter anymore. I have to divorce peanut butter because like. Look,
Well, I remember you having a thing about wet peanut butter, and I have that too.
So gross. Wet peanut butter stinks.
So that's
so gross.
that is
the smell coming out of my throat. Like I have brushed my teeth 3 times. I cannot brush my throat. I told Lonnie earlier that I needed to douche my throat, and that isn't even a thing.
We're just gonna take the hose to it.
You've upset my dog. The dog doesn't want you to
That
take
was
a hose
gross
to her throat.
sound I made. I'm really.
I don't know what just happened to us, but the goofies have taken over.
Oh my god, we've been housebound, and yeah. But we talked about that last week.
We did talk about that last week, but it's still today because we're recording 2 in a row. So we're not over it. We're still fucking disgruntled. And who fucking knows what's going to happen next week with the goddamn weather?
Oh, I know. Didn't they say maybe
snow on Sunday? Hey, Mother Nature, I got something for you. I'm going to get it right out of my pocket. Right here. Oh, wait, I got another one. I'm flipping the fucking bird. You guys can't see it, but
Mother Nature sees it.
I just spit all over my...
Well, that's what this thing's for.
My
spit filter.
It's my pop filter. This is a spit filter.
Oh.
That's spit guard, pop filter.
Oh, okay.
They're different things.
Oh.
They're different. I actually don't think... Oh, I'm playing footsies with you now. I didn't mean to.
In the usual podcast recording tradition, I'm hungry.
I am fucking starving. We're going to get food after this. Well, God, people must think that's all we do is eat.
Well, I kind of have been lately.
I know, me too, because I've been stuck in the house, but I've been eating like gross things because...
Yeah, everything out of the freezer.
When I tell my husband, hey, go to the grocery store and get stuff, we're expecting snow. He buys like fucking clam dip and onion dip,
baby,
and fucking Ruffles potato chips and chicken and a biscuit crackers, and like all of the bad things and no meats unless it's like a fucking wiener in the shape of a wiener or a burger. So we eat like horrible food.
Yeah.
And then my mom was here. My mom cooked for us, and I love my mother, but my mama, she's a good cook.
Yeah.
But she don't make anything good for you.
Yeah.
I don't care what she says.
No, that's how I am
Chicken fried
too.
steak is not fucking good for you. It's delicious.
Like, how much butter is in
but it ain't
there?
good for you.
Put more.
No, and she made dessert every fucking night she was here. My blood sugars are out of fucking control because I cannot fucking... How are you going to say no to pineapple upside down cake?
Oh.
How are you going to say no to the fucking those goddamn peanut butter chocolate no bake motherfuckers?
Oh, I like those
you're not
too.
going to say no to those. How
No.
are you going to say no to homemade fucking chocolate chip cookies that she made and gave the fucking cable guys hot, fresh cookies as they walked out the door because they had to be out in the cold all day because my mom is an awesome mom. And they were here fixing my cable, and they were so happy that it was an indoor thing and they didn't have to go out to the pole, which they thought they were going to. Because there was, during our fucking ice storm, I don't think I mentioned this last week, I did not have internet for like 4 days.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like I I had my smartphone so I could still use like data and get on it get on Facebook and stuff, but I couldn't work. I lost work.
Oh my.
Lost work hours. And we couldn't Netflix. We had snow days with no fucking Netflix, Lonnie. I mean, I could Netflix on my phone in bed, but we couldn't Netflix on TV together and watch any of our shows. So, yeah, no, it was awful. So I was very happy to see them. That was an actual shit show that I'm going to have to call Comcast and negotiate some shaving off of my bill.
Yeah.
Because the motherfuckers, I paid for surge pricing for goddamn Uber, those motherfuckers. Actually, it was Lyft. This chick, I've disputed it and I never heard back. She fucking missed the exit taking me to the Comcast place. Yeah. She missed the exit and went like way beyond and then turned around. So the trip was like $20-something both ways for less than 10 miles.
Oh, geez.
So, and then I went to Comcast. The whole reason I did it is because I wanted to my modem was like 6 years old. I figured that was the most likely culprit. So I went and got a new modem and plugged it in. Well, not only was my wall jack bad, But then I couldn't get the new modem to work at any of the other, because there are 2 other jacks up here.
Mm-hmm.
I could have just plugged it in and connected wirelessly, because my Mac connects wirelessly. But it wouldn't work. They gave me a bad modem. So not only did my wall jack in my office not work, they gave me a bad modem. But anyway, the guys came in, the 2 men that were working on my cable, and I was like, oh my God, it must be terrible out there. And they had been working all day outside because they were having problems from the snow and ice.
Yeah.
And cables outside and bad things. So they were super relieved. But then my mom met them with hot cookies. And they were like,
this is the best day
I
ever.
didn't even know this was a thing, but thank you. And then he's like, the one kid was the guy's apprentice. He was probably, I would say he's just a couple years older than our boys.
Uh-huh.
He's like, they're warm. I heard him say as he walked out the door.
Oh.
Like, he was so happy. He's like, they're still warm.
That is the best.
It was cute. So yeah, I haven't been eating well.
I thought about
Do you know
making
what we
cookies.
had for dinner last night?
What?
We had a fucking crisis. I don't know what I'm going to cook. What's in the freezer dinner? I had a half a bag of fucking fish sticks. I had a container of leftover mashed potatoes. So I smashed them down and fried mashed potato patties, cooked the fish sticks, and heated up some fucking frozen corn.
Beautiful.
And we had salad. And that was our weird ass, gross fucking not good for you dinner.
Yep. That's the kind of stuff we've been eating too. Yeah. And luckily, I'm like, God, I'm a food hoarder because we have like a freezer. We have an extra freezer.
I have a chest freezer. So
yeah. And so it was like, we've made it through fine.
But also I found some like chicken breast bags of chicken breasts that they are white.
Ooh.
With like, you know, that freezer burn. Those aren't going to taste good.
No.
I need to throw those out.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're caca.
Yeah. I hate freezer burn. Ew.
Oh God, it's so gross.
It is.
I know. And I don't remember what movie. That's the speaker.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember what movie. It was where the mom said, was it Throw Mama from the Train or something? Where the mom, I know it was that gross old lady that was also on the Goonies.
Yeah.
She goes, someone complained about the frosty stuff on top of the ice cream, and she said it was the protective coating.
Nice.
My mom has always said that. I just can't with that.
I know, it's gross. Why?
It tastes like freezer ice.
Yeah,
like when people
it's weird.
have, like when you go to a friend's house and they don't use ice often.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, do you have any ice? Because I like ice.
Me too.
And I'm like, they give you this stuff that's got like somehow got coffee grounds in it, even though it's in the freezer. And you look at it and it's shrunk in the ice cube tray. So you know it's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
And it tastes like freezer burn. It tastes like, I'm like, sometimes I just go, oh, thanks. No, I don't need your ice. Because it's so gross.
Yeah, that is.
Like, what kind of a heathen doesn't have fucking ice? You have a goddamn freezer.
Yep.
What's wrong with you? I'm going to have a drink of my ice water.
I know. I drink so much ice water. It's so good.
It is. I broke myself of doing that at night. Only because I have to go back downstairs to refill it to get ice. But also my cat is very interested in my water at night.
Oh, yeah.
If it has ice in it, she could give 2 fucking shits. Or couldn't give 2 shits. If it doesn't have ice in it at all.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel like now I'm all paranoid that my nose is actually bleeding.
Mine's not. Okay. No, it's not.
Okay, good.
It's not.
Maybe we could do a quick painting with my nose blood.
Ooh,
and use my easel.
There you go.
Boom. Sorry. I was trying to figure out a way to get my weird ice rant back around to what we're talking about today, which is easels. And I'm out of printer ink, so I'm going to have to turn my head and look at the notes on the computer because I was too lazy to email them to my iPad.
That's pretty lazy.
It is lazy. Actually, that's
Just
not true.
kidding.
I was just trying to get my makeup done before you got here.
No, you didn't. You ran out of time. You didn't have time.
I ran out of time. So we're going to talk about different easels. I don't always use eeasels.
I've never really used
Sometimes
them.
I prefer, if I'm drawing, I have my grandpa's old drawing board. Mm-hmm. I like that better. Sometimes I like working, if I'm doing collage, I like to work flat. Uh-huh. But when I'm doing a painting or a larger drawing that I need better perspective on, because oftentimes when you lay your drawing down on a table, it changes the perspective that you're drawing at, and
Yes.
it warps your drawing.
Just had that experience.
Yep. So
with my
that's why that's a reason that you would need an easel.
Okay.
So, and they're hard to get used to working with if you're not used to working with them, but I think you'll find, because when I went to I took a life drawing class, I just threw a snotty Kleenex almost on Lonnie. That's what I think of you. Have my snotty Kleenex. I didn't want to use my easel, but I ended up actually loving it. And we'll get to the different styles momentarily, but my easel is a French easel.
Okay.
And I fucking love it. And I got it.
Cool.
I found it on Craigslist for $20, and they're actually pretty expensive easels.
Wow.
So I was really happy to find it.
Yeah.
I used to have one that was my mom's that we'll start with. This one is an A-frame easel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so the A-frame easels are the ones that they're just like a classic easel. You see a lot of people in parks or like artists, when you see artists on TV, or like, actually what I'm picturing in my head right now, weirdly, because I just said I have a French easel, but when I think of a French artist, like in the movies or the cartoons, like the Bugs Bunny cartoons, there was always the guy with the what's that hat? A beret cocked sideways, and he has an A-frame easel.
Yes.
They're the most portable of the standard size easels. So it's just three. It makes these are different styles I kind of have a website up right now. Different styles of A-frame easels, but basically it's shaped like an A. So it has two legs in front and one leg in back. And there's a little lip between the two legs that hold your canvas.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're portable. A lot of the situation that I would find these the most useful in, or I think they're used the most in, is when you are someone who likes to paint landscapes or something. You could just collapse them, throw them in your car. There you go. Yeah. And or if you have a house that is small, or an apartment that's small, and you have like a small space, because like my French easel folds up, but it takes up a lot of space. Yeah, it's big. It's like a box. You just want to be able to fold it up and slide it into a closet or something. If you have limited space. I would say the disadvantages to that style of easel are that they are not as stable. Like, because it's an A shape, when you set your canvas on top, it has the potential to wobble or fall off or whatever. So, but I think they're pretty good, and they come in a variety of prices. They're probably the most affordable large easel, but and often you can find these used a lot.
I think the tabletop one I have is an A frame, I think.
Yeah. Yep. Those are very common. So then you move up to the H-frame easels. Ah. So an H-frame easel is more sturdy.
That's what mine's like.
Yeah. It's more sturdy than an A-frame. It looks like an H, which is hence the H. So it has support all the way to the top of the canvas. Yeah. Because it has sides that go all the way up. And it has feet, like legs on the bottom, that make it a little bit more sturdy. Because the A-frame sometimes, like if you don't get the leg set up right, or you bump it, the back leg will collapse. Because usually that's just got a little chain that holds it. I wish sometimes people could see me talk with my hands. Yeah. Because if you ever hear like a weird microphone anomaly, it is definitely because I have accidentally punched my microphone because I'm so busy talking with my hands. But yeah, the H-frame, they're also tend to be a little bit cheaper. They're kind of mid. I mean, oh my God, I gotta pause. Sorry about that. Had to pause for poop break.
Oh man, I know how that is.
Anyway, I think we were talking about H-frame easels. Yeah. And I was gonna get into the pros and cons of H-frame easels. So, I think I already mentioned that there's more support for your canvas on an H-frame easel. It looks like an H. That's why it's called an H-frame. Just to recap, there's a little lip to hold your canvas on there. And H-frames also have a little clampy guy at the top. So you lower the top down, so it kind of pinches your easel between the bottom lip and the top. So it just is more stable. They're not as portable.
Yeah.
The feet at the bottom don't collapse. They kind of, some of them fold up, some of them don't, but they're a little clunkier to move around with. So you wouldn't probably want to take them out and about with you. Also, I feel like if you're out, I think the A-frame has an advantage on hillsides or other things rather than the way the feet are on this, because an A-frame you could set it up so your canvas, your easel wasn't tilting your canvas, but an H-frame would definitely tilt it. So it's definitely probably one that would stay in your studio.
Yeah.
And you would have to have a little bit of room for it. But again, they're all comparably priced with the A-frames. So it's just a matter of your need. Then we have giant easels.
What?
So these are obviously for great big fucking canvases.
Yeah.
Like the great big ones.
Cool.
Yeah, because these the prices that I'm seeing are between $600 and $850.
Wow.
So they're often like an H frame. But with an extra they have a little extra support in the back, and they're fucking ginormous. They're huge.
Wow.
So obviously they're not going to be a portable going to the fucking park and painting a landscape with a little ducky swimming around in there type of easel. You're going to need room for it in your studio, and it's going to stay in your studio. Big guy.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't work really huge very often. I kind of prefer not using an easel when I work huge. I like to prop them against the wall.
Oh, yeah.
And then I sit on the floor. That's probably not the best way to do it, but I don't know. I don't have a huge easel. I don't have almost $1,000 to fucking spend on one. So
yeah.
I did for my life drawing class when I had to do that giant ass. I showed you my naked self-portrait.
Yeah.
It was required that size. That was a size requirement. Like we had to do it that big.
Wow.
So on my French easel, I had to go get a piece of MDF and have it cut.
Oh,
and then I put it on the easel and then stuck that on there so that it would hold. It worked really well.
Yeah.
But that was a pain in the ass. I don't like working that big.
Yeah.
They also have, speaking of portability, convertible easels. I am not familiar with, I've never used one, but they collapse. They come in different, it looks kind of like an H frame. But the legs are a little different, obviously, because they have to fold up and collapse on each other. They range
looks like
a
it
lot.
Tilts
yeah, you can actually tilt it back. So if you were sitting and you wanted to set it in front of you like a drawing board, like a drawing board or something, you could do that. I think some of them look like they could be tabletop models, and then they have the big like $300 guys that are for stand up. I could see where this would be like the legs again on these with the 4 legs. I think that the advantage to the A-frame 3-leg is when you're out in like the park or something on uneven ground, it's going to be more
like forgiving.
Versatile, more forgiving of a weird angle. Whereas again, these little portable guys don't actually look like they would because they have 4 legs. So, but if you're going to be just going to an art class or going to like meeting up with people to do artwork, oh my God, that dog is killing me. I think this is a good option, and it's an affordable option for the most part. So they're great. They look like they'd be great. And again, they're like anywhere between $90 to $350. You have a single mast easel. I've never really liked the looks of these.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I think it's a combination of an H frame and an A frame in a way.
Yeah.
So a single mast would mean you just have one board that goes up the front. The front has 2 legs that come off of that, and then 1 leg in the back, kind of like an A frame. And it has a top and a bottom lip that would, you bring on all of those, the top lip slides down and then you clamp it into place. So it holds your canvas But there's just one piece, one bar behind it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be not very stable. So
Yeah.
maybe it would be good for smaller canvases. Or
Yeah.
like, but not great big ones. And they're all actually pretty inexpensive. So I don't see one over 100. There's a couple of them that are 50, 60 bucks. And then there's one for just under 100. So they're pretty, it's actually for students. I could see where it would be pretty portable.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And again, I kind of want to take a break and just say that I don't feel like you have to use an easel. So I'm not saying this to make people feel like they have to have an easel or have to go out and buy an easel, but they are pretty handy to have. Like I'm painting on my velvet canvas you made me.
You are?
I'm going to do a painting of Cthulhu for my living room wall, and I will put that on my canvas. So
yeah,
I'll put that on my easel.
That's why I got an easels for my velvet, and I haven't, because I thought that those kitties were turning out cool, and then I look at them, because I was doing it flat, and then I look at it, and I'm like, oh, they look weird, like, because I don't know how to paint.
That is a strong argument for an easel because it does change your perspective.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the tools, you don't know how to ensure that your perspective is correct, then you're not going to have correct perspective when you're doing something laying down. Yeah. It's just...
And if it's something you're going to hang on the wall and look at on the wall, then you want it to be...
If it's a piece of art that you're going to lay on the table and have people look at, that's great.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Pretty weird.
That's funny because that reminds me of the Portlandia. The statue is a beautiful statue in downtown Portland. That was meant to be looked up at. It was done in that perspective, and they tried to move it recently and they were going to move it somewhere. I think they were going to move it somewhere along Waterfront Park or something like that. But it was going to put people at eye level with it, and the artist that did it was like, no, you can't fucking display my art that way. Right. That's not the way it was. It was designed for, because Portlandia is kind of like,
she's
reaching down. Yeah. And she's beautiful. Oh my God. I will post a picture of Portlandia because it's a beautiful statue in Portland. It's meant to be looked up at from, like, it was made to go on the Portland building. It was made according to the measurements, and the artist made it in the perspective that it was going to be displayed in. And then the artist is like, no, you're gonna ruin it if you display it at ground level. And so it stayed on the Portland building. Yay! That's actually my favorite statue in all of Portland.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I love Portlandia. I totally got sidetracked.
There's one over by the state building that's a robe without a person inside.
That sounds freaky.
Oh, I like it though. It's really cool.
I'll have to go look at it.
I can't remember what it's called right now, but
I know I can't either. We should do an episode on statues.
Yeah,
we have never done it before. Or sculpting statues.
Yeah,
we'll have to do that.
Yep,
I'm gonna add that to the list, to the master list.
Yes, for our master works,
for our master beaters. I don't know. I was trying to make a masturbation joke because they're always funny. Didn't work. Our bento place might be closed, by the way. I think they close early, but we'll check. We'll check. I am too. We'll go get something else somewhere. Don't worry, Lonnie. I'm not going to not feed you. And now we are at the French easel, and they are a little bit more expensive, but I got a fucking awesome deal, like I said, on mine, on Craigslist, and I'm in love with my French easel. It's kind of like a table. It has 4 legs, or has 3 legs. Actually, that's why I like this one, because you can adjust the height of the legs.
Okay.
So you can make, like, if you do take it out and it's on a hill, then you can make the legs shorter. Yeah. The one disadvantage to that is you have to make sure to screw it down tight, because I've had my easel collapse on me before when I was like, fuck. But it's kind of a tabletop easel. It's like a table. It's on top of a table, but it's a drawer that you can keep all of your paint and supplies in. Nice. So that's why I like it. It's portability. It has a handle on top. You can put all of your paints in it. Like mine came with little grooves for the shape of paints, but I'm not that organized. I just throw shit in there. Yeah. And the top is adjustable. So again, it gives you some range so you can squish down or raise up the height.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the easel or your canvas pinched between the two sides that are holding it together.
Nice.
It's my favorite easel. I love it. I love this one. I'm glad I had it. They range between it looks like Blick carries a French easel for $87-ish. This is an older, I should say. I don't even know what fucking site this is. It's an art site. I'm not quoting them directly verbatim, so I'm not gonna fucking worry about crediting them. But and they go up to about $300. I've seen them more expensive too. They're larger. Honestly, I think the big difference in those is this kind of wood they're made out of.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of made to be pretty.
Yeah.
That's not why I like mine. I just like mine because it has a drawer that allows you to store stuff in it. And I feel like it's a way more stable. I feel like it's sturdy. And it was easier for me to work with that great big piece of MDF on it. I couldn't have done that with like an A frame or a smaller H frame. It would have made it tippy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really, really like it. It is clunky though, even though it does collapse and it's not small. I mean, how tall is that? Even folded up and collapsed, it's still about 3 feet by 1.5 feet, 2 feet. Like it's still clunky. So it's not like there are more portable, easier to use easels than this, but I enjoy my easel. I like it. So.
Yay!
I'm cool. Sorry I keep wiping my nose, but I keep having like little bits of blood come out of my nose.
Weird. Is it?
It's because it's so dry. We've had the heat on for so many fucking days. My sinuses are like, enough already.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then you have display easels, which are just easels that they're pretty. They're made to just hold a painting, like a large painting. Oftentimes I've seen people display them like that in their homes, but in like museums or finer restaurants or places like that, or even actually I've been to like seminars where they've used display easels to hold cards and stuff. Some of them are really pretty and fancy. They come in like the prices are like probably from like $10 to $20 way up into probably you could get them in the thousands. Like I think they vary, and I think it definitely depends on your budget and the look that you want. And they're not a functional easel though. It's not made for you to do art on.
If you're at an art auction, they
use the display easels so that it makes them look pretty.
Yeah.
Good one, Lonnie. Good one.
Because I attend art auctions often. Just kidding.
They make me nervous. Auctioneers scare me.
I know. I've never been to
They talk too fast.
Yeah.
It freaks me out. So, and actually you can find display easels at Goodwill a lot. At thrift stores.
Yeah.
They're always at thrift stores.
They are, huh?
Always. And they make tabletop ones too. So, and I don't think I saw tabletop easels in this list here. I'm going to go
above the
Did
French.
I pass it?
Yeah.
I did. I fucking passed it. Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, they are. Okay. So yeah, they make tabletop easels and they make them in the H and the A. And so, I mean, they vary in price from like probably 20 to, and I've seen them in the hundreds. So
yeah,
but I for a tabletop personally, I don't like an A-frame. I think it's way too tippy on a tabletop. I prefer the H because it has a more sturdy base. I've definitely used, and if you prefer to sit while you're painting, then a tabletop is the way to go.
Yeah, I got one just because I don't have a lot of space. And
Again, a space issue too. Yeah.
So I can set it on the table and
So, but yeah, they're same. Oh, that's a Bob Ross table easel. I love Bob Ross. And then kids easels. Of course, it's just on the list, so I'm going to mention them, but
I loved mine when I was a kid. It was just a chalkboard. And
my son had one that was like a chalkboard on one side, and like it had
the clips.
It had the roll of paper it was a Fisher Price one, and it had a roll of paper that went inside of it, and then you pulled the paper down.
Yeah, so cool.
It was really neat. He really liked it. He was an artiste for a while.
Aww.
Then he got tired of it, but
yeah.
Well, and then after the paper roll runs out, of course, you can never fucking find them again.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if you do, this was pre-Amazon days, people. Like,
Yeah.
this was 20
Oh, yeah.
years
Back
ago.
when you
so
couldn't just...
I couldn't just get online and go like, where the fuck do I get another one of these?
Yeah.
To go to fucking Toys R Us, and nobody wants to do that shit. I'd rather saw my fucking arm off than go to Toys R Us. That's not true. I like Toys R Us.
I know. I'm like, wait, I like the toy store.
I like Toys R Us. But I actually like toy stores better than Toys R Us, though.
Yeah.
Toys R Us is a little too much.
Yeah.
Because I don't like other people's kids. Like, I'm sorry. I like my friends' children and my relatives' children, but the general public should make their kids shut the fuck up.
Good luck with that.
It doesn't work. They don't shut up. They never fucking shut up. They don't stop.
That's so funny.
That's not true.
I know.
Some kids are like that, though. I just had a really not awesome experience in the store with a child that was screaming in line behind us. And I wasn't the little kid's fault. Yeah. I understand it. I was probably crabby. I don't know. I just don't want to fucking hear that if I don't have to. Yeah. Well, it was like the dad. It was kind of the dad's fault. He was kind of like taunting the kid, being like, he was one of those dads that was like, I guess I was more mad at the dad than the kid.
Yeah, probably.
He was one of those dads that was like, well, what? You're just going to be a pussy? Like, he didn't say pussy, but that was kind of like, the attitude that he was having at the kid. And I was like, he's like fucking 4, dude. You're like, what, 35?
Yeah.
Fucking grow up.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, come on, man. Don't cry. Come on, suck it up. That makes me mad when people do that to their little boys.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Little boys should be allowed to cry.
Yeah.
Just like anybody else.
Yep.
Don't be a dick to your kids.
Just don't do it in line behind Katie.
Don't do it in line behind me. God. And then we went to the grocery store the other day. Another sidebar. Mm-hmm. My mom and I went to Fred Meyer. It was like the night before the snowstorm hit. God. So it was so fucking full.
Yeah.
So full of people. They were out of everything. Like, I'm like, what, really? How are you out of this? They were out of fucking popcorn kernels. Who runs out of fucking popcorn kernels? Thankfully, I went over to the Bob's Red Mill section in the nutrition area, and they had popcorn. Because you can't have a snow day without fucking popcorn.
Yeah.
Fuck off with that.
That's weird.
No, it is. And then we're in line, and I swear to you, we had the slowest checker in the history of checkers.
Oh, no.
And I finally turned to this other guy behind me. I'm like, dude, because he had 3 little boys in his cart that were on the edge.
Yeah.
They were doing good, but shit was going to fall apart at any moment in time.
Yeah.
I just said, heads up, man. This checker's not very fast. I'm not trying to be mean, but if you're like, in a hurry, you might want, because he had like just a few things in his car. I'm like, you might want to go, because we had like a whole cartload of shit for the week.
Yeah.
Lonnie, it took her almost a half an hour to check our fucking groceries. I can't imagine that she's going to have a job for very long, because you can't do that.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Aww.
And it wasn't even because she was really, she was chatty and talking. She was a very nice woman. I thought I was going to have to go back there and check to see if she actually had a pulse.
Oh,
I was like,
was she just moving slowly?
Moving just fucking slow. And it's not that I was particularly in a hurry. I wasn't really in a hurry, but I just was like, we got outside and I thought maybe I was feeling a little crabby, because sometimes I get impatient. And I was like, Mom, because my mom was with me, I said, is it just me, or was that woman? And before I could fucking finish it, she said, the slowest fucking checker ever. And I'm like, yes. It was ridiculous. Okay, wow. Good. I wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
And then we had a Lyft driver come pick us up, because Kurt couldn't get his car out of the driveway, because that was ice before the snow. Because we got home Sunday night from the coast. My mom rode the bus back with me. So Monday we had to take a Lyft to get groceries, because Kurt bought clam dip and wieners.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, I'm not eating that. And you have the worst gas in the world. You should stop eating that right now. But speaking of gas, the Lyft guy picked us up, and I was like, oh, I'm coming around the corner. And he's like, let's get these groceries in the trunk for you. And I'm like, oh, I'll help. And he's like, are you sure? He had got around behind and like tooted one off.
Oh,
because like he was just trying to be like fart outside the car because he had two ladies getting in his car, and then it was like this embarrassing thing where I didn't want to go and get in the car and be like, you fucking stink, dude. So I just kind of stood there and he kind of looked embarrassed and I was embarrassed, and then we got out. The same fucking thing happened when he stopped at the head of our driveway because he helped us with our groceries, and we kept coming up and he's like, it's okay, I got it, but he was up there farting.
Oh,
like he was looking for some private time.
Yeah,
because he had bad gas, and we were ruining his private time by trying to be helpful. It was sad. I felt so bad for him.
So funny.
So that's Easels in a nutshell.
Excellent.
I think you can, like I said. Oh, I know one thing I was going to say. Easels. Although Lonnie and I are all about going rogue and making your own things when you can, I don't recommend doing that with easels.
Yeah.
Just buy a fucking easel.
Yeah.
Like, you want a sturdy foundation to do your painting on. Like, don't try to make your own.
Yeah. Don't prop it up on, like, boxes and stuff.
Don't use a ladder. I did that once. That doesn't work. Just because they're shaped the same doesn't mean they work the same.
And you could probably find them at, like, garage sales,
always
estate sales, thrift stores,
Craigslist. That's where I got mine.
Yeah,
Craigslist. Just don't get one from a creepy person. That's the one.
Be like, wait, while you're here, will you take off your clothes and pose for me so I can use it one more time?
Ew. Ew. Actually, my husband shit his pants getting that easel for me.
Oh,
because he was really hungover, and I said, look, she wants to get rid of it today. I told you yesterday before you got drunk, and so I need you to go get it for me. And so he drove way out to fucking BFE, Southeast Portland, like way out, like forever. Out past Cracking My Ass, like up Sunnyside Road out there. And so then he Cracking My Ass is Clackamas for non-Oregonians. So he picked that up and bought it, and on the way home traffic was really slow, and so he just didn't make it because he had hangover diarrheas.
Oh no. Oh man.
I didn't really feel sorry for him. I do now, but I didn't at the time.
Yeah.
But that was probably not a nice story to tell about my husband on the interwebs. Anyway, I don't remember what we're doing. Because I'm so befuddled with our... I'm so confused. Because you know what's weird? You would think that I would use our snow day time as like to do productive things.
Oh, I know.
But I just like, Lonnie, you saw my dishes. My mom's only been gone for like a few days, and it's already a shit show down there again. I'm like, I can't do anything.
Yeah,
I just have to sit and be sad. And my cat's been avoiding me for like days because she has like this anal gland problem, so I constantly have to wipe her butt. So now when she sees me, she runs literally away from me and like away. Aww. She tries to escape. Like, the crazy asswipe lady's coming again. And her eyes get all big, and like she's like dodges me. Wow. And she refuses to go because I usually do it when I feed her because then she's distracted and eating. Now she won't. She meows for me to feed her, but then she runs upstairs and hides. And then comes down later and eats the food when I'm not in the bathroom with her. So I've been feeling really like, I cried the other day. I'm like, why do you hate me, kitty? I just want to love you. Like, I was having feels. She loved me. So anyway, I just didn't get shit done.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of had a plan for the month, but then we've missed 2 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
I re-aired one, but then I was like, I don't know. By the time we had this snow shit last week and all that shit, I just was like, fuck it. I'm just not putting another one up there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tweet a picture of my driveway and say, this is what I'm living with. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I will say that by the next episode, we're going to have some new fundraising things to talk about. Podmatic is now teamed up with Patreon, so we're going to try that again. We tried it once before and it didn't really work very well for us, but we're going to try the Patreon thing again. I'm also changing from Cafe Press to another company. I think I'm going to use Redbubble and change up some of our merch.
Oh, okay.
Our logo stuff doesn't seem to be going well, but I think kids, listeners, if you will, that I'm going to be designing make some cool shit, yo.
Yeah.
Coffee cups and shirts and bags, because maybe that will go better than our logo gear.
Yeah.
So, also, we have some other things in the work. Lonnie and I are going to be trying to raise some funds. If Lonnie doesn't go on her honeymoon when I want to do this and screw it up, we want to go to the podcast festival in Anaheim this summer, but we're going to need some help getting there. So, because tickets are expensive.
Yeah.
And airfare is expensive. And I've been talking too long, so now I'm coughing. But Lonnie's looking at me like she wants me to wrap it up because she's going to eat my face in a minute. And I have to still get dressed. So next week we'll be back and we'll tell you about our new fundraising opportunities and cool shit that we're doing. And we will be having an episode of some sort. I don't remember what we're talking about.
Cool.
I have to.
It'll be fun.
Like, we had a guest scheduled that had to cancel. So yeah, we'll just fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
So anyway, until next week, go make some cool shit, yo.
Do it now.
And don't burp.
On an easel.
Yeah, that. Ooh, do it on an easel. That would be hard.
That would be.
I'm kind of envisioning it would look spidery.
Good morning, Katie. This is your friend. I'm recording on the new Tascam. I'm trying to figure out what the buttons do. But every once in a while, I take a break to poo.